Welcome to our deep dive today. We're going to be exploring something pretty fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the whole concept of like purpose in business,
Mm.
and how it can actually shape
Turn
companies.
them into like powerhouses.
Exactly. And we're diving into this using excerpts from a book called Purpose, The Starting Point of Great Companies
Oh, cool.
by Nikos Mourkogiannis.
Okay.
So get ready for some seriously intriguing stories. We're talking about like giants in the business world, Henry Ford, Sam Walton,
Wow.
even Warren Buffett, and how their personal sense of purpose, right, shaped their companies and honestly left a mark on the world.
Yeah. I mean, purpose, it can sound like just another buzzword, right?
Yeah.
But this deep dive is going to show you just how much more it really is. It goes way beyond like just a mission statement.
Totally. Like, think about it. It's more than just words on a website.
Right.
Mourkogiannis, he has this great quote. He says, "Purpose is preparation for doing what is right and what is worthwhile." This isn't about just chasing quick wins or like quarterly profits. It's about building something that creates lasting value.
I mean, think about it this way. Have you ever bought something like maybe a specific brand of coffee or a certain type of clothing, but like not just because you liked it,
Yeah.
but because you believed in what the company stood for?
Right, right.
You were drawn to their story, their mission, their impact on the world. I mean, that's the power of purpose in action.
I know I've definitely done that. Like, it makes you feel like a part of something bigger.
Exactly. And that feeling,
Yeah.
that connection, it's something companies with a strong purpose can actually cultivate
Mm.
with their employees and their customers. Let's take Thomas Watson Sr.
Oh, yeah.
and IBM.
Okay.
I mean, he wasn't just some brilliant engineer, right? He was a leader
Yeah.
with this like powerful discovery purpose. I mean, think how different the world might be if IBM hadn't like relentlessly pursued new technologies under his leadership.
It's true. His famous think slogan. Like, that wasn't just, plastered on posters.
Yeah.
That was woven into the very fabric of IBM's culture. Imagine the impact that had on a company at the forefront of, like, computing.
And it wasn't just about empty slogans either. Like Watson backed it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he created a research and development culture that was like the envy of the industry.
Oh,
He
wow.
fostered a work environment where employees, they were encouraged to experiment, to challenge assumptions, like push the boundaries of what was even possible.
That's pretty incredible. It's
Right.
amazing to think how his commitment to discovery ultimately helped shape the technology landscape we see today.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't just building a company, he was pioneering an industry.
Totally.
Wow.
Now let's shift gears for a sec.
Okay.
Let's look at Warren Buffett,
Okay.
Berkshire Hathaway. When you think of Buffett, what comes to mind?
I mean, investing genius for sure.
Yes.
The Oracle of Omaha, someone who really knows how to pick winning companies.
Precisely. But what's really interesting though is his excellence purpose
Okay.
and how it's reflected in his investment philosophy. He doesn't just like chase after the latest trendy stocks or whatever.
Right, right.
He invests in companies he truly believes in. Companies with exceptional management, a proven track record of delivering like quality products or services.
He famously said he looks for businesses that are like a toll booth on the only bridge in town.
Yeah.
Businesses with this like durable competitive advantage.
Yeah, it's not just about making a quick buck. It's about building something that like stands the test of time.
Yeah.
Think about the implications of that for a second.
Right.
Buffett isn't just focused on like short-term gains. He's thinking about long-term value creation,
Mm-hmm.
both for his investors and for the companies he invests in.
Yeah.
He sees himself as a steward of capital,
Right.
like allocating it to businesses that can make a positive impact on the world.
Wow. So it's about more than just financial returns. It's about aligning your investments with your values. That's a powerful concept.
Totally.
Now, for a dose of something different,
Okay.
let's turn to Sam Walton and Walmart. His story is all about altruism, a deep desire to like serve others and make a positive difference in the world.
And for Walton, that meant providing customers with the best possible value.
Right.
Remember, this was a time when like discount retail was still a relatively new concept.
Mm-hmm.
Walton, he saw an opportunity to serve a vast, underserved market of price-conscious consumers.
He wasn't afraid to, like, shake things up, right?
Oh, no.
Challenge the status quo of the retail industry.
Oh.
He was relentless in his pursuit of lower prices, like constantly negotiating with suppliers to get the best possible deals for his customers.
Yeah, he truly believed he was, like, fighting for the little guy, the everyday consumer who deserved access to affordable goods.
That's amazing.
And he didn't just, like, talk the talk either.
Yeah.
Walton famously lived a frugal lifestyle, even after becoming one of the wealthiest men in the world. Drove an old pickup truck, flew commercial airlines, instilled a culture of cost consciousness throughout his whole organization.
Wow. It's almost like his personal commitment to frugality was an extension of his, like, altruism purpose.
Yeah.
He wasn't just trying to build a profitable company. He was trying to make a tangible difference in the lives of his customers by saving them money.
And he understood, like, treating his employees fairly was a crucial part of that equation, too.
Of course.
He believed that happy, well-compensated employees would provide better customer service, right?
Oh, yeah.
Be more invested in the company's success.
So it wasn't just about low prices. It was
Right.
about creating a win-win situation.
Exactly.
For everyone.
Customers, employees, and the company itself.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Walton's story, I mean, it really highlights how a clearly defined purpose can, like, create a ripple effect,
Yeah.
impacting not just the company, but, like, the whole industry, even society as a whole. Now, let's switch gears and talk about another fascinating example, Henry Ford,
Okay. Yeah.
and his heroic purpose. He wasn't just content with building cars. Like, he wanted to revolutionize transportation, make the automobile accessible to, like, everyone.
Yeah, think about how bold that vision was at the time. Cars were considered luxury items back then, only affordable for, the wealthy.
Yeah.
Ford was determined to change that, even if it meant going against the prevailing wisdom of the day.
Yeah. He famously clashed with his early investors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they wanted him to, like, focus on producing expensive, high-end cars for the elite.
Right.
But Ford was unwavering in his belief that the automobile could be a tool for, like, social and economic progress.
Yeah.
Empowering people with this newfound freedom and mobility.
He famously said, "I will build a motor car for the great multitude." And he did just that, introducing the Model T. A car so affordable and reliable, like, it changed the course of American history.
It really did. Ford's story, it's a testament to the power of, like, a single-minded purpose, driven by a deep conviction and a willingness to, challenge the status quo. But it also highlights the potential pitfalls of becoming too attached to a particular vision.
You're referring to Ford's infamous resistance to change, right?
Right.
His refusal to update the Model T, even as consumer preferences were shifting towards, like, more stylish and comfortable cars.
Exactly. Ford's unwavering focus on his initial vision, while initially a source of strength, eventually became a liability. He failed to adapt to the evolving market. And competitors like General Motors, they capitalized on that, offered consumers a wider range of choices.
It's a cautionary tale, for sure, reminding us that even the most successful companies, they need to be able to evolve and adapt if they want to stay ahead of the curve. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about how a strong purpose can translate into a tangible competitive advantage.
Yeah. It's not just about, like, warm, fuzzy feelings, right?
Yeah.
Purpose can be a powerful driver of business success. For example, it can be a magnet for top talent. Think about it. In today's competitive job market, people are increasingly, they're seeking out companies that align with their personal values.
So it's not just about salary and benefits anymore.
Right.
People want to feel like they're a part of something meaningful, contributing to a greater good.
Exactly. And a company with a clear, compelling purpose, they can attract those individuals who are passionate about, making a difference. This can lead to a more engaged, motivated workforce, which ultimately translates into better performance and innovation.
Makes sense. When people are, like, genuinely excited about the company's mission, they're more likely to go the extra mile. They're not just clocking in and out. They're, like, invested in the company's success.
Precisely. And it's not just about attracting talent either. It's about retaining it as well. Employees who, they feel connected to the company's purpose, they're more likely to stay for the long haul, reducing turnover, building a stronger, more cohesive organizational culture.
So purpose can be a key driver of employee loyalty and retention, which is, crucial for any company's long-term success. But what about the impact on customers? How does purpose play a role in, like, attracting and retaining customers?
It's all about, like, building trust,
Yeah.
authenticity. Consumers are increasingly savvy these days,
Right.
and they can often like sniff out companies that are just trying to, cash in on the latest trends. They
Right.
want to support brands that like genuinely stand for something, brands that are making a positive impact on the world.
It's like voting with your wallet,
Yes,
choosing to support companies that align with your personal values.
exactly. And a company with a strong purpose, they can tap into that desire for authenticity.
Yeah.
They can build a brand narrative that resonates with consumers on an emotional level, creating a sense of connection and loyalty.
Think about companies like Patagonia, 2MS shoes,
Right.
or Ben& and Jerry's.
Huh?
They've built their entire brands around like social and environmental activism, and it's clearly resonating with consumers who are looking for something more than just a product.
It's not just about selling a product or a service, right? It's about connecting with consumers on a deeper level,
Right.
sharing a sort of values,
Yeah.
aspirations. Now, let's delve into some specific examples of how companies have successfully leveraged their purpose to create a competitive advantage.
I love this part. Let's get into some real-world case studies.
Okay, think about a company like British Petroleum,
BP.
BP. Back in the late 1990s, early 2000s, they made this bold decision to rebrand themselves as Beyond Petroleum, emphasizing their commitment to renewable energy and a more sustainable future.
Remember their green sunburst logo? It was a pretty significant departure from their traditional image as a big oil company.
Exactly. It was a risky move, and it definitely generated its share of, controversy. Some people accuse them of greenwashing,
Right.
while others praise their commitment to environmental responsibility.
But regardless of public perception, BP's strategic shift toward this more environmentally conscious approach, it had a tangible impact on their business.
It did.
They invested heavily in renewable energy sources and made significant efforts to reduce their carbon footprint.
It wasn't just a marketing ploy. It was a genuine effort to align their business practices with their stated purpose.
Yeah.
And it paid off.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were able to attract top talent in the renewable energy sector, and they gained a competitive advantage by positioning themselves as a leader in a rapidly growing market.
That's pretty cool. But it's a great example of how purpose can drive innovation and create new opportunities for growth. Now let's shift gears and look at a company that exemplifies the excellence type of purpose, The Economist.
Ooh, yeah, The Economist.
Yeah.
They're known for their rigorous analysis, global perspective, and commitment to journalistic integrity.
Yeah.
They don't shy away from complex or controversial topics.
Yeah.
And they always strive to present a balanced, well-researched perspective.
I'm a huge fan of The Economist.
Yeah.
Their writing is so clear, concise, and insightful. They managed to distill complex issues into, digestible, thought-provoking articles that really make you think.
And it's their commitment to excellence, right, that has earned them a loyal following of readers who they value in-depth analysis, a nuanced understanding of, global affairs.
Yeah, they don't chase clickbait headlines
No.
or sensationalized stories.
They provide thoughtful, well-reasoned content that challenges readers to, think critically.
It's clear that their purpose is deeply embedded in their product.
Yeah.
And it's this commitment to quality that sets them apart from, the deluge of superficial news analysis available today.
Now, let's shift our focus to how companies can actually foster a sense of purpose among their employees. This is where leadership plays a crucial role.
It's one thing to have, a nice sounding mission statement on the company website.
Right.
But it's another thing entirely to make that purpose come alive within the organization.
Exactly. Leaders, they need to be able to articulate the company's purpose, right?
Yeah.
In a way that resonates with employees, connecting it to their individual roles and responsibilities.
It's about making sure that everyone understands how their work contributes to the bigger picture, to the company's overall mission and impact on the world.
Mourkogiannis, he offers some great insights into how leaders can actually achieve this. He suggests creating a community of purpose within the organization.
What exactly does that mean?
It involves building a culture of transparency and open communication where, employees feel comfortable sharing their ideas and perspectives.
It's about breaking down silos.
Yeah.
Fostering a sense of collaboration.
Yes.
Where everyone feels like they're working towards a common goal.
Exactly. And leaders can like empower employees by giving them more, autonomy, decision-making authority.
Yeah, when people feel like they have a voice and that their contributions are valued, they're more likely to be like engaged and motivated.
Mourkogiannis also emphasizes the importance of like negotiating purpose.
Negotiating purpose. What does that entail?
It involves engaging in like open and honest conversations with employees
Yeah.
about their individual roles,
Mm.
right? And how their work contributes to the company's overall mission.
It's about helping people connect the dots between their, like their day-to-day tasks and the bigger picture.
Exactly. When employees understand the why behind their work, they're more likely to be invested in their jobs and committed to the company's success.
So it's about making sure that purpose isn't just some abstract concept, but something that's tangible and relevant to, like each individual employee.
Precisely. And leaders need to like constantly reinforce the company's purpose through like storytelling, recognition.
That's a great point. Stories, they have a way of like bringing things to life, making them more relatable and memorable.
Exactly. Sharing stories of how employees have, like lived the company's purpose in their work. That can be incredibly inspiring.
And recognizing and rewarding employees who like go above and beyond to contribute to the company's mission, that reinforces the importance of purpose in the workplace.
It's about like creating a culture where purpose is woven into the, the fabric of the organization, where it's not just something we talk about, but something we like live every day.
Yeah, this has been a really enlightening discussion about the power of purpose in creating a sustainable competitive advantage. We've explored how purpose-driven companies, they attract and retain top talent, build strong brands, and connect with customers on a deeper level.
And we've examined some of the, like the key strategies leaders can employ to foster a sense of shared purpose within their organizations.
Now, in our final segment, let's explore some additional examples of companies that have, successfully leveraged purpose to achieve some remarkable results.
We'll also delve into like some of the potential pitfalls of purpose.
Yeah.
And discuss how leaders can, avoid them.
We'll come back to, the final part of our deep dive.
Yeah, into the world of purpose.
Exactly. We've seen, how a powerful sense of purpose, it can drive innovation, attract talent, build strong brands,
Right.
create a positive impact on the world.
But as with any powerful tool, there's also the potential for, misuse or misunderstanding. Let's talk about some of the like pitfalls companies can encounter when it comes to purpose.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting because it's not always, as straightforward as it seems.
Right.
One of the pitfalls Mourkogiannis highlights is something he calls purpose drift.
Okay.
So imagine like a company starts with a genuine commitment to, say, sustainability.
Yeah.
They're making real efforts to, reduce their environmental impact.
Yeah.
Maybe even contributing to social causes.
They're walking the walk,
Yeah.
not just talking the talk.
Exactly. But then maybe there's like a change in leadership or the market takes a downturn or they face pressure from, investors who are primarily focused on short-term profits.
Right, right.
Suddenly, that initial commitment to sustainability, it starts to like fade. It's not that they explicitly abandon their purpose, but it becomes less of a priority.
Yeah.
They start making compromises, cutting corners, justifying their actions with like the need to, stay competitive or profitable.
Exactly. And that's how purpose drift sets in.
Yeah.
The company's actions, they no longer align with its stated purpose, right? Creating a disconnect that can erode trust with, employees, customers, even investors.
It's like they're losing their authenticity.
Yeah.
They're no longer the company they, claimed to be.
Right.
People start to notice.
And that can be incredibly damaging to a company's like reputation, brand image.
Right.
Consumers are increasingly discerning and they're like quick to call out companies that appear to be, inauthentic or hypocritical.
So how can companies avoid this purpose drift? It seems like it can happen so gradually, almost without anyone realizing it.
Mourkogiannis, he stresses the importance of like regularly revisiting and reaffirming the company's purpose.
Okay.
It's not enough to just, write it down and forget about it.
Yeah.
It needs to be an ongoing conversation, a living, breathing part of the company culture.
So it's about making sure that purpose is like integrated into the company's decision-making processes, its performance evaluations, its communication strategies, everything.
Exactly. It needs to be like woven into the very fabric of the organization.
Yeah.
And it's not just the responsibility of the leadership team,
Right.
everyone in the company needs to be involved in like upholding and embodying the purpose.
Mourkogiannis also talks about the importance of establishing clear metrics
Uh-huh.
for measuring progress towards the company's purpose.
That's a crucial point. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it, right?
Right.
Having tangible goals and metrics, it helps to keep everyone accountable and ensures that the purpose is more than just, a feel-good slogan.
It's about like turning those aspirations into concrete actions and outcomes.
Exactly. It might involve like tracking employee engagement, customer satisfaction, or the impact of, social responsibility initiatives. Whatever those metrics are, they need to be aligned with the company's core purpose.
Yeah.
Right? And communicate clearly throughout the organization.
Now let's talk about another potential pitfall Mourkogiannis mentions: purpose rigidity.
Think back to Henry Ford and his unwavering commitment to the Model T.
Yeah.
He had a powerful vision, and he achieved like incredible success with it.
But as we discussed earlier, his refusal to adapt to changing consumer preferences ultimately led to his company's decline.
That's a classic example of purpose rigidity, right? Is when a company becomes so fixated on its like initial purpose that it fails to, evolve and adapt to changing circumstances.
They become like stuck in their ways, clinging to a vision that may no longer be relevant or effective.
And that can be a recipe for disaster in today's like rapidly changing world.
Yeah.
Companies, they need to be agile, flexible, and responsive to, new challenges and opportunities.
So how can leaders avoid this trap of purpose rigidity while still, staying true to their core values?
It's about finding that like sweet spot between conviction and flexibility.
Okay.
Leaders, they need to be passionate about their purpose, but they also need to be willing to, question their assumptions,
Yeah.
challenge the status quo, and like make adjustments along the way.
It's like navigating a ship.
Right.
You need a clear destination in mind, but you also need to be able to adjust your course, based on the winds and currents.
Exactly. In Mourkogiannis, he uses the example of Coca-Cola in the early 2000s.
Okay.
For decades, their purpose was all about like celebrating happiness, connecting people.
Yeah. Those iconic Coke commercials, they always had such a like feel-good vibe.
Right. But after the the U.S. invasion of Iraq in 2003,
Yeah.
Coke faced a backlash in some parts of the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, their brand is perceived by some as, like a symbol of American imperialism.
That must have been a difficult situation to navigate.
Yeah.
Their purpose was being challenged on like a global scale.
Yeah, it was. But instead of, digging in their heels and defending their existing messaging, Coke recognized the need to adapt.
So they acknowledged the changing global landscape and adjusted their, marketing campaigns to be more sensitive to local contexts.
Exactly. They didn't abandon their core purpose of spreading happiness and connection, but they found ways to express it in a way that, resonated with diverse audiences.
It's a great example of how a company can stay true to its core values.
Yeah.
While also being, flexible and responsive to the complexities of a globalized world.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of purpose, I hope you've gained some valuable insights into how it can be a powerful force for good in business.
We've seen how purpose can drive innovation, attract talent, build strong brands, create a positive impact on the world.
But we've also explored some of the potential pitfalls and discussed strategies for avoiding them.
It's clear that purpose is not, a magic bullet.
Right.
It requires thoughtful leadership.
Yeah.
Ongoing reflection, a commitment to, continuous improvement.
But when done right, purpose can be the driving force behind, extraordinary success, both for companies and for the individuals who work for them.
So as you go forth into the world, consider this. What's your purpose? And how can you leverage it to, make a positive impact and achieve remarkable results?
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, we hope you found it insightful and inspiring.
Until next time.
Keep diving deep.